Can I help you?
We got on a detour off the highway and cell service around here.
Got your family with you?
Yeah. I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of the highway.
Good morning, guys. Hi, how are you doing?
Good, Howard.
Good morning, Howard. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Thanks very much for speaking to me. Good to speak to you, and congratulations on the series. I loved it to bits. The first 4 episodes that I've seen is fantastic. I love the I mean, there's themes that have been done before, but the dynamic, especially between your 3 characters, is fantastic. It's something that I really never seen before. My first question is specifically for Harold and for Eion, because in the early scenes, without giving too much away, usually when I watch a film, I kind of feel for the characters, but here I felt for the characters, but at the same time, I felt specifically for Harold. I was like, how the hell are you going to keep these guys inside this camper van? They need an emergency room. And you're saying, no, you can't go because there's monsters outside. That dynamic must have been a really tough balance to pull off, man.
I think it really is a tough balance. And it's one of those things I had to keep asking myself the question, like, you know, I know the monsters are coming. I recognize it. I'm also a father. And so I recognize, you know, what this dad is going through and being worried about his family, like, and what's the way around it? You know, like, is it like, come on and let's go? Or do you try to like get under there and like appeal to like, you know, like his softer side, like, please, like, I was watching it recently with my kid. I showed her the screener and she goes, wait a minute, you said I don't want to bury another kid? Who does that?
Yeah, it's just fantastic. And I mean, the same kind of question for Eion. I mean, how did you rehearse that a lot, or did you kind of play with the moment a little bit and kind of play around with this kind of soft, and it was almost like being a good cop, bad cop at the same time, kind of playing to what they needed to hear, but at the same time telling them other things that they didn't want to hear, but they also needed to hear at the same time, no?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that's especially Harold's situation in the story, and Jim, my character, is dealing with, well, what is this? Where are we? And what information comes at what time? And it's a slow unraveling of, this is not just a car accident. This is something more. This is, what is that talent? What is that thing you just hung in my window? Why are you blocking the windows with blankets and curtains? What the hell would that be about? And what are those noises outside? And what are you talking about? Why are you and the nurse getting into a heated discussion about getting out of here before dark, and so on and so forth? So it's a one step at a time kind of heightening of tension until it's just completely ratcheted up. And then we're filming in this RV, which is really tight and contained, and it really was. There were no flaws, and we were really stuck inside this space for quite some time, and never having footing, and we were always banging our heads on drawers that were hanging out like that, and there's a toilet on the wall that I keep banging up against.
I hope no one had used the toilet.
We were talking about, you know, it started to get to a thing, we were all singing songs about RV, the musical, and like it was the never-ending story. We were going to be in that RV for the rest of our lives.
Everybody in there okay?
This is impossible.
Yeah, it is.
Where are we?
I know none of this makes sense yet, but everyone in this town has been exactly where you are right now.
Eion, your character, for example, I mean, you said there that you're curious, why is this kind of, he puts this stone on the window and all these kind of things, but at the same time, Catalina, you and your daughter in the series, I don't know if it was just me, but I got the feeling that there was it was specifically kind of, you and your daughter are supposed to come across as the most skeptical of the whole show, especially going into the show, no?
Well, yes, it's a very unrealistic situation. I mean, like, who's going to believe that suddenly you can leave your house because there's monsters out there? I just think nobody, if they tell me right this second that I can leave my house after 5 p.m., I'll be like, you're crazy. And I think it's just a very unrealistic world that they're being thrown out at. What I love most about that relationship between mother and daughter is how throughout the season, how it grows, that relationship, how it evolves, and how she becomes like a little woman, you know, she's growing in front of her in that world, in that situation. And I think it's just beautiful as a parent of a teenage boy, it's just beautiful to see your child just grow. And especially being in that situation, how she dealt with everything that world, you know, she was just thrown a lot of stuff and she dealt with it very nicely.
Everyone sees the tree. Those throws. We'll just get out of here, please.
Kevin, we are stuck.
It's impossible not to draw certain comparisons to Harold to Lost, which was also, of course, by Jack Bender. Did Jack Bender reach out to you and say, hey, I think this would be perfect for you? And what was it like getting back to work with the guy that you worked with Lost, with all these kind of these mind-bending themes again?
No, I actually think, and you can ask Jack more specifically, but when I was approached with the piece, the casting director called me and talked about it, and he said, I think that they said they don't want anyone from Lost, but I think you're perfect for this role. And so I think the original thing was nobody from Lost. And then we talked to him a little bit more, and then they were like, oh, well, let's think about this some more. And then they did. And then luckily enough, you know, they trusted me to play Boyd. Now, I think that was really generous on their behalf. And I'm really grateful and thankful. But I couldn't wait to get back and work with Jack, because I know that he knows how to handle this because of Lost. I know that he knows how to handle this genre, this thing that, you know, eventually is, or even immediately, is just about these people. You know what I mean? About these people and this journey. There are monsters. It is scary. But like the thing that the audience is going to connect to, I believe, is like, who are these folks? And what would I do if I was one of those folks? And I know that Jack Bender and Jeff Pinker know how to do that well. And so once they said, yeah, come on, I was like, great, because I think we all have enough experience now with this that we can do a good job at it.
Well, then we're out of time. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best of luck. Not that you need it, because Stephen King's already given his words of praise. So, I mean, just that on its own is what more do you need? I can't wait for people to see it. And I hope to speak to you sometime soon, maybe about a second season, hopefully.
Thanks, Howard.
All right, take care. Have a good day. Bye now.
Get these people home, Sheriff. Do everything I can.
Promise me.